हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे हाउ यू हैव टू डू ऑडिट एंड ड्यूरिंग द ऑडिट you have to specifically focus on the questions that you are asking to the auditee. So usually audit is a very complex process, इतना आसान नहीं है, and you have to ask certain questions and that questions will give you the answers which would be your audit evidence. So you have your audit clause and your audit evidence, then easily you can do the audit. So please listen to this video, you can easily become a good auditor. And specifically as this is more focusing on safety professionals, this audit, ये जो audit हम आज करेंगे, this would be completely based on the ISO 45001 audit. Okay, so this audit, this is an auditing a construction sites fall protection program. We would be actually auditing a fall protection program. So while you are doing this fall protection programs audit, you see, just imagine your company, you are an auditor, you are an safety auditor, and you are doing an audit of your company's fall protection program. So now you have to be very careful what kind of questions you have to ask. Okay, it is not an easy thing. There are certain questions that you have to ask, that you have to understand. Now what kind of questions you have to ask? See, easily you have to understand, you should never ask closed-ended questions. You should always ask open-ended questions. Now I will tell you what is this closed-ended questions and what is this open-ended questions. Closed-ended questions means directly you will be asking, what is your policy? Do you have a policy for your fall protection program? So the person, the auditee would be saying, yes, I have a policy. So that is closed-ended questions. You should कभी आप closed-ended questions नहीं पूछना है, हमेशा open-ended questions पूछो. Always ask them open-ended questions, like what is your process of identifying the hazards? आपका प्रोसेस क्या है, आप प्रोसेस में फोकस करो. यू शुड फोकस ऑन द प्रोसेस. Sometimes during an audit you will be asking questions like, who is the person who is responsible for understanding the fall protection at the site, or who is the person who is designated for identifying the hazards. So if you are focusing on the person, that is wrong, that is galat hai. You should never focus on the person, you should focus on the system. Because in ISO 45001 or any type of audit, we are focusing on the system. We are doing system audit. Please understand, this is a system audit. This is a process audit. You are understanding the system, how good the system is. So let us take an example in this scenario. So in this scenario, see, for example, you are taking a fall protection program. Okay, and I will be giving you certain kind of questions that you can easily use for understanding the perfection of the system. Okay, so always understand, never ever ask closed-ended questions like, do you have a fall protection plan? If you are asking such questions, do you have a fall protection plan and all, this is a wrong, this is always wrong. Are workers tied off at height? Are workers using, agar workers fall protection lanyard use karte hai ke nahi? They will say yes or no, they are using. If they are using, then it doesn't serve purpose. आप हमेशा open-ended questions पूछना चाहिए. What is the process or what is the mechanism? ऐसा पूछेंगे तो they will be explaining you a lot. So that is how you will understand. Okay. Now, who is responsible for safety briefings? So either supervisor, they will say a person's name. That is also wrong. You should never focus on a person. You should always focus on the process. Now the question is, then a real video content abhi aa gaya. Now what are questions you should ask? See, this is, I am just giving you an example. You should not replicate this correctly exactly. You should understand the scenario. You should understand what is happening in your company and then replicate. Okay. Now you can ask this question. This is a perfect question. Walk me through your process for identifying and mitigating fall hazards on site. So you should ask them, walk me through a process, through your process. What is your process for identifying and mitigating fall hazards on this site? So आपने पूछा उनका complete process के बारे में आपने पूछा for identifying and mitigating fall hazards, because since this is an audit of work at height, you are asking them the process for identifying and mitigating fall hazards. So this, they will be telling you everything they will be forced to tell you. They will not stop the answer with a small yes or no. They will be actually forced to tell you the various hazard identification method, then hazard mitigation method they will be telling you, also the risk metrics they will be telling you what is the risk metrics, and what is their control measures, everything they will be telling you. And when you are asking this particular question, you are actually meeting the clause ISO 45001's 6.1.2 clause you are actually meeting. So that is the beauty of asking the question. You should ask in certain format. Okay, understand? Now, second question you can ask in this way: how do you ensure that all workers are competent in using fall protection equipment? See, simply if you're asking, do the workers know about how to use safety harness? The person will say, yes, they all know. So there you are limiting the audit process. The audit, always you should ask open-ended question. So that same question you are formatting in a different way. You are asking, how do you ensure that all workers are competent in using the safety harness? Whether they know or not, you are asking, it is closed-ended question. Here you are asking, how do you ensure, what is your system? What is your system which ensures that all workers are competent? Whether they are competent or not, that you are not asking. You are asking, how do you ensure that you ensure the competency of all workers in using this fall protection system? So in this ISO 45001 7.2 clause, which is competency clause, you are satisfying. So this is how you have to ask question. Describe your system for inspecting, maintaining and removing damaged fall protection gear. So how do you inspect, all those things you are covering, and in that all the system, what is the process you are doing, in that ISO 8.1.2 clause you are actually satisfying. So this is how you have to understand the scenario, what you are auditing, and then you have to ask questions in a certain format that is actually open-ended question. The person is forced to tell more about while answering your question. And always ensure that you always link to the clauses. Clauses is easily available with you. You can download it directly from the Google. It is always available. And also, if you want specific training regarding ISO 45001, or if you want one more thing, always when you are doing this auditing training, always ensure that you do IRCA CQI approved training itself, because there are a lot of certifications which is available in the market which is not approved by IRCA CQI. If you are doing such certifications, it is of no use. So if you want guidance in auditing, if you want classes how to do this auditing, how you have to questions, how you have to ask questions, or how you have to raise NCR, which is non-confirmation report and all, you can contact us. We can help you out. Thank you.